The Department of Justice, under the Trump administration, has admitted to finding over 1 million more documents potentially linked to the Jeffrey Epstein case. This staggering number, revealed after missing a congressional deadline, has shocked Washington and fueled speculation about what remains hidden. Nearly 200 lawyers are now working non-stop to review and redact sensitive details, but critics see this as a stall tactic. The delay and the sheer scale of the discovery have only intensified suspicion and impatience. Many wonder how such a vast trove could have been overlooked. Was it incompetence or a deliberate cover-up? The accidental nature of the admission has deepened skepticism across the political spectrum. The Epstein saga, already a dark chapter of wealth, power, and abuse, now seems even further from resolution. Victims and the public have long demanded transparency, but this latest twist suggests the full story is still out of reach. Each new document could hold secrets, connections, or revelations implicating powerful figures. The Trump DOJ is under intense scrutiny, with critics demanding a complete and unfiltered release. As the nation waits, the mystery only grows, and the demand for truth becomes more urgent. The 1 million new documents represent 1 million unanswered questions, keeping the public in suspense. The Epstein files are more than legal records. They're a potential map of influence and corruption at the highest levels. Flight logs, calendars, photos, and financial records could expose who knew about Epstein's crimes and who participated. The DOJ's initial release, a heavily redacted 100,000 pages, was met with outrage and disappointment. Entire pages were blacked out, fueling conspiracy theories and deepening public distrust. The justification of protecting victims rang hollow to many, who saw it as shielding the powerful. For Epstein's victims, the redactions were another painful setback in their fight for justice. The public's demand for a full, unredacted release has only grown louder. These files could connect politicians, business leaders, and royalty to Epstein's criminal enterprise. The DOJ's handling, from missed deadlines to sudden document discoveries, has only intensified calls for transparency. The Epstein case is now a test of the justice system's integrity, and many believe it's failing. What lies beneath the black ink could change everything. The delayed redacted Epstein files ignited a political firestorm, with Donald Trump leading the charge. On Truth Social, Trump demanded the DOJ release all Democrats' names linked to Epstein, framing the investigation as a partisan witch hunt. He claimed it was a Democrat-inspired hoax to distract from Republican successes, rallying his base and casting himself as a victim. This tactic turned a quest for justice into a political skirmish, shifting focus from the file's content to partisan warfare. Meanwhile, Congress is deeply divided. House Oversight Democrats accused the Trump DOJ of illegally withholding documents. In response, they released photos from Epstein's estate featuring both Trump and Bill Clinton, neither accused of wrongdoing, but fueling public speculation. California Governor Gavin Newsom mocked the redacted files, posting a video juxtaposing blacked-out pages with footage of Trump and Epstein. The episode shows how the Epstein case has become a political football, used by both parties to score points. The real story risks being lost amid the partisan noise. The public is left with more questions than answers. The fight for transparency is now entangled in political theater. Justice remains elusive as both sides weaponize the scandal. In a separate legal drama, the Trump DOJ faces judicial pushback in Wisconsin over a lawsuit demanding unredacted voter lists. This is one of many similar lawsuits targeting Democratic-led states, ostensibly to audit voter rolls but widely seen as politically motivated. Wisconsin officials argue releasing the data would violate state privacy laws, and the federal judge is growing impatient with the DOJ's aggressive tactics. The case highlights the tension between federal power and states' rights in election administration. The Trump administration claims authority to ensure election integrity, but states insist on protecting voter privacy. The judge's skepticism signals courts may not side with broad federal claims, especially when state laws are at stake. This legal battle is a microcosm of the national debate over privacy, security, and political power. The DOJ's strategy of filing numerous lawsuits may be backfiring as judicial frustration grows. The outcome will test the boundaries of federal authority and the DOJ's credibility. Like the Epstein controversy, it puts the justice system under a harsh spotlight. To understand today's political dynamics, we must revisit the history between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Their relationship dates back decades, with Trump once calling Epstein a terrific guy in a 2002 interview. That quote, and photos of them together, have fueled speculation about their past association. Since Epstein's downfall, Trump has worked to distance himself, claiming he banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago for inappropriate behavior. The White House has supported this narrative, but the full nature of their relationship remains unclear. Recent photos released by Congress have reignited questions about their closeness. For Trump's supporters, he's the target of a smear campaign. For critics, he has something to hide. The lack of clear details leaves room for suspicion and political attacks. The release of the Epstein files could either corroborate or contradict Trump's version of events. The truth may lie buried in the million documents now under review. The Supreme Court recently limited the Trump administration's executive power, blocking its plan to deploy the National Guard for law enforcement in major cities. The administration claimed it was to address crime, but the court ruled it was an overreach into local policing. The decision sets a precedent, affirming that local policing is primarily a local responsibility. Mayors and governors opposed the plan, fearing it would escalate tensions and erode trust. Despite the ruling, the administration is sending National Guard troops to New Orleans at the governor's request, supporting a federal immigration crackdown. This move exploits a legal loophole, showing the administration's determination to test the boundaries of executive power. The Supreme Court's decision underscores the ongoing struggle over federal versus local authority. The legal battles over executive power are far from over. These legal and political battles reflect deeper anxieties about privacy, partisanship, and government transparency. The Wisconsin voter data fight highlights the clash between security and privacy, with both sides claiming to protect democracy. The Epstein case has become a proxy war for partisan politics, with truth often lost in the noise. Every new revelation is weaponized, making sober, fact-based discussion nearly impossible. The DOJ's redacted releases and repeated legal challenges erode public trust in institutions. People begin to believe the system is rigged and the powerful are protected. This erosion of trust threatens the legitimacy of democracy itself. Misinformation and conspiracy theories fill the vacuum left by lost faith in government. The legal dramas surrounding the Trump administration are symptoms of a deeper crisis of confidence. The public is left wondering who, if anyone, they can still believe. As 2025 ends, the nation is caught in a whirlwind of legal and political turmoil. The Trump DOJ's admission of 1 million more Epstein files has reignited scandal and public skepticism. Heavily redacted documents and missed deadlines have created a storm of suspicion and frustration. Simultaneous legal battles over voter data and executive power add to the sense of a system under strain. These cases test the boundaries of democracy, privacy, and presidential authority. The intense partisanship and lack of transparency have eroded public trust. The outcome of these battles will shape perceptions of justice and government for years to come. As the new year approaches, the nation waits for answers that remain elusive. The central question persists: will the full truth ever come out, and will there be real accountability?